It's Saturday morning and you're sitting on your couch and your aunt calls. Your mother has just had a heart attack. You need to come home to California quickly. Without hesitation, you call your babysitter, you pack your bags, and you jump on a plane. The very next day, your babysitter calls and says that your daughter has just fallen and broken her arm. She's okay, but the emergency room won't release her back to your babysitter without a power of attorney. If you had been prepared for an emergency situation like this, you would have already gotten a temporary guardianship power of attorney for your daughter's medical needs, should you not be able to there to take care of her. So let's talk about power of attorneys, the different types, why they're necessary, and how you can obtain one. First, let's talk about power of attorneys, and what are they? A power of attorney is a legal document that you give to someone you trust to be the pretend you when you cannot be you. So now that we know what a power of attorney is, let's talk about the different types of power of attorneys. There are two types, general and special. A general power of attorney is something that you're probably the most familiar with. A general power of attorney is a very broad and vague document that allows the possessor to have almost unlimited access to your legal needs. It is not usually accepted anymore by most institutions, so that's why a special power of attorney may be better for you. So let's talk about special power of attorneys. A special power of attorney is an attorney that is tailored for your specific legal needs, and it does come with limitations. Special power of attorneys like these can be used for your taxes, paying your bills, taking your dog to the vet, or picking up your children from the emergency room. A person that has a power of attorney for your taxes will not be able to open a credit card in your name because of its limitations. So maybe it's good for you to have a special power of attorney. So now that we know the two types of power of attorneys, let's talk about why are they necessary. For our military members, it is key to being legally ready at all times. Our military is constantly deploying and usually at short notice. So for that, we typically have special power of attorneys for our family care plans. So let's talk about family care plans. If you have a dependent that requires a guardian, you will require a family care plan. What do you need for your family care plan? A special power of attorney. This special power of attorney, better known as a local parentis, will allow someone to take temporary guardianship of your dependents for both short-term and long-term engagements. This power of attorney will allow them to take care of their medical, emergency, dental needs, and allow them to enroll them in school, youth programs, or even the CDC. Also, for our military members, being focused at the mission at hand is the most important thing. And the most common misconception about needing a power of attorney is for our military married members. If your spouse is already on account with you, you will not need a power of attorney. However, if your spouse is not an account that you guys share, you may want to put their name on it, otherwise your spouse will need a special power of attorney to take care of your legal needs, such as paying your bills, selling your car, or maybe picking up your child from the CDC. You might want to talk to your local JAG to see if you require one of these documents. So now we know why they're necessary for military members, let's talk about our civilian members. Civilians will need special power of attorneys for similar instances, but maybe not always the same as military members. Should an emergency arise, it's always good to have a special power of attorney for someone to take care of your apartment or your financial needs. College students typically give power of attorneys to their parents to take care of their student services or banking situations. You may also want one to take care of your dog if you ever have to leave, so they can take them to the vet. So now we know why it's so necessary for our military and civilian members to have a power of attorney. Let's talk about how you can obtain one. It's easy for civilians to obtain a power of attorney. All they need to go is to go to their local civilian attorney's office. Fees are different from attorney to attorney, anywhere from $30 to $50 for a power of attorney and another $5 to $10 to get them notarized. Unfortunately for civilians, power of attorneys do come at a cost. If you can obtain a power of attorney online, you can usually take your document to your local bank to have it notarized. A notary is someone who verifies who you are by identification, so they know that the person signing the document is in fact you, and that you are in fact giving this power of attorney to someone else. You may want to ask your local bank if they will allow a free notary if you're a member. For our military members, power of attorneys are free all the time. You can contact your local JAG office, whether it be Air Force, Army, Navy, or Marine, at any time, and usually there are walk-in hours. Power of attorneys are free, and so are the notaries as well. The Air Force has gone one step further by offering you a legal assistance website where you can do power of attorneys yourself in the privacy of your own home. This website is https://aflegalassistance.law.af.mil. This website is not exclusive to the Air Force, and any branch may use it, so you may want to call your local JAG to see if they have access to this website. Further information on documents like these can be found in the Air Force Instruction 51504, Legal Assistance, Power of Attorneys, and Notaries, located on the e-publishing website. You can also find more information if you just Google legal documents or power of attorneys. You can take these documents to any civilian attorney of your choosing, but again, it may come at a cost for our civilian members. The key to be legally ready at all times is having this power of attorney. You can't always anticipate life's what-ifs, and it's always a good tool to have on hand. Power of attorneys do have an expiration, so if you've had one before, you may want to check when they expire. Again, having a power of attorney, knowing what it is and why it's necessary to you is the key to always being legally ready. So, are you legally ready?